Welcome, everyone. We're here today to talk about Nest. And let me be clear, we're not just introducing you to a film, we're introducing you to a premier investment opportunity, one that's perfectly built to capture the global imagination. So let's dive in.
Our story kicks off with this single chilling thought. But these words, they aren't spoken at a crime scene. They're spoken from inside a prison cell by the very detective who supposedly solved the case. And right there, in that one line, you have the central paradox that will keep audiences on the edge of their seats until the very last frame.
So, you have to ask yourself, how is that even possible? How does a decorated detective, the man who caught a notorious serial killer, end up behind bars for the exact same crime? This is the core question of Nest. It's the hook that grabs you from the very beginning and just does not let go.
To answer that question, we're going to walk you through the story's design. We'll start with the detective's impossible nightmare, then get into the killer's truly strange proposal. We'll dig into the victims of a forgotten past, look at the two faces in the mirror, and then, finally, show you exactly why Nest is such a gripping and compelling investment.
You see, our story begins at the end. We meet this elite detective, Park Mu-seok, a 20-year veteran at the absolute top of his game. Except, he's not in his office. He's in a prison yard. He's been stripped of everything, his badge, his reputation, and he's forced to figure out how his greatest professional achievement became his absolute personal ruin.
And here is the high-concept premise that sets this entire engine in motion. The killer, a man named Nayeon Su, he confesses to everything. Case closed, right? Wrong. Instead, he offers our detective this bizarre deal. You figure out why I kill, and I'll give you the last piece you're missing. So this isn't a whodunit. It's a whodunit of the most twisted kind imaginable.
And that proposal? Well, it launches this intense psychological chess match between the two men at the heart of our story. Suddenly, the lines between who's the hunter and who's the hunted, the detective and the criminal, they just start to completely blur.
And just look at who we're dealing with. The contrast couldn't be more stark. On one hand, you have Park Mu-seok, the elite, stylish, sharp-witted detective chief. And on the other, Nayeon Su, a quiet, polite, totally ordinary sanitation worker. This extreme difference is exactly what makes the dark game they play so incredibly compelling.
And this is the moment. This is the offer that changes everything. It's the kind of deal no detective could ever refuse, but it's also one that no sane person should ever accept. It's a guided tour into the mind of a killer, led by the killer himself. And with this, our detective's fate is sealed.
So naturally, Detective Mu-seok takes the deal. He starts investigating the victims, trying to piece together a motive. But this is where the first major twist hits you. The investigation, it isn't about the killer's past. It's about his own.
As Mu-seok starts digging, this horrifying pattern begins to emerge. The first victim? A childhood friend he used to bully, someone he'd completely wiped from his memory. The second? A mentor he hadn't spoken to in 15 years. The third? A lover he just callously abandoned. The killer is systematically hunting down the ghosts of Mu-seok's own forgotten past.
You have to understand, these murders aren't random acts of violence. They are a form of communication. Each body is a carefully crafted message, an indictment of a past that our hero has spent his entire life trying to bury. The killer isn't just taking lives, he is excavating Mu-seok's soul, one painful piece at a time.
And this line, wow, this is what really gets to the emotional heart of the story. Mu-seok is forced to face the families of people he doesn't even remember, only to find out that to them, he meant everything. It's an absolute gut punch that reveals the true depth of the betrayal here.
So as we move into our fourth section, we really start to explore this deeply unsettling bond between the detective and the killer. As Mu-seok uncovers more of his own past, he and Yeon Su become disturbingly connected. It's like they're two faces staring at each other in a cracked mirror. And this is where the mystery just gets deeper. Mu-seok, the successful loner, lives in this sterile, high-end apartment. It's obsessively organized. Meanwhile, Yeon Su, the killer, lives in a humble basement and is adored by his elderly co-workers, who he cares for like they're his own family. The question becomes, how on earth do these two worlds connect?
This line right here. This is the key that unlocks the entire film's deepest secret. It hints at the ultimate psychological twist, a revelation about identity that is going to force the audience to reevaluate every single thing they thought they knew. We're dealing with something way more complex than just a cat-and-mouse game.
And that all leads us to the central question of the film. The title, Nest. It refers to a trap, a prison of the mind. As the story unfolds, the audience will start to wonder, is the killer the one who's trapped by his compulsions, or is the detective trapped by a past that is, in fact, his present?
Okay, so that's the story. Now let's talk about why we're all here. Nest isn't just a compelling screenplay. It's a meticulously designed project that is absolutely poised for both huge commercial success and critical acclaim. It is, simply put, a premier investment opportunity. You know, the Korean thriller is not a niche genre anymore. I mean, just look at the numbers. It's a global powerhouse, consistently bringing in massive box office returns. Films with this kind of psychological depth and narrative ambition have a proven global track record. Nest is perfectly positioned to be the next big hit in this celebrated category. So let's just boil it all down. What are the key selling points? Well, Nest has a powerful, high-concept hook and a twisty narrative that audiences absolutely love. It has two incredibly complex roles that are perfect for attracting A-list talent. It digs into universal themes, guilt, memory, identity, that resonate everywhere. And maybe most importantly, this isn't just an idea. It's a finished, polished, visionary screenplay that is ready to produce right now. What we have here is a story that is intelligent, it's thrilling, and it is profoundly human. It has every single element of a commercial and critical success. So the only question left is this: are you ready to partner with us and unlock the secrets of the Nest? Thank you.